Hello, it's the 22nd of May 2024. My name is Julia Hoffmann and I'm an artist from Germany. I paint and I compose and make music, and at times I invent little things that make everyday life more comfortable or funny. I grew up in a very creative environment. My older sister writes beautiful poems and loves literature. My parents are both very musical, so we always made a lot of music together and traveled a lot to other European countries during holidays, and we built and invented a lot of things as a family. And I grew up in a very big city in southern Germany, but it was always very important for my parents to spend a lot of time in nature, to go out, to look for plants and birds and other animals. And sometimes my father even brought home wounded animals we then cared for. And there was, in general, a very open mindset within my family towards new things and unknown things. And even as a child, I always was interested in lots of different things, which hasn't changed to this day. So I learned to play the piano and the violin. I danced ballet and played football, and my parents made it possible for me to try out and learn new things and to experience. And at the same time, they taught me to appreciate a wonderful planet and life, and to take a close look at even the smaller things. So I grew up in a very loving and caring family that shaped me and my perspective on life a lot. After I finished school, I went abroad to discover the world and traveled a lot and lived and worked in Amsterdam and Rome for a while. And these are both very vibrant and inspiring cities with rich culture and interesting art and of course history. And during this time I was influenced by many different things and artists from different genres, as well as the great architecture, and I met people from all over the world and got to know different views of life, different religions and lifestyles, and developed a great fascination for philosophy and history, which is not difficult when you walk through Rome every day and you're surrounded by ancient buildings and works by Bernini, Michelangelo and Caravaggio and many other great artists. And all these experiences have shaped me and my view on life a lot, I think. And I just find it highly fascinating that music and art have always been part of the whole history of mankind. And I mean, near the place where I come from, there was found a Paleolithic flute made out of bone that is more than 40,000 years old. Nobody can prove it, but I think to paint and to make music and just to create sounds and to sing is probably as old as mankind itself. So it seems to me to be a deeply rooted need of mankind to express themselves in the world throughout art. And even though I greatly admire a lot of other artists, for me, nothing is more inspiring than nature. Because when I'm surrounded by nature, I find great peace and contentment, and it's very easy for me to resonate with my surroundings, which isn't always the case when I'm surrounded by lots of people. And it doesn't really matter where I'm in the forest or by the sea or in the mountains. I always find something inspiring, and sometimes it's just a silence, which I love because I constantly have new ideas in my head for pictures or new music that still needs to be written. So I usually work on many things at the same time, and what exactly comes into focus depends heavily on my mood, and it also depends on how I slept, because I dream very intensively and a lot, and my dreams often influence how I feel or what I do in the morning, whether I paint or I make music. And that's also one of the biggest challenges for me, to stay focused on one project and to finish it and not to get distracted by all my different thoughts, because I'm a very chaotic person and sometimes it's very difficult for me to be structured and to maintain balance between the free and creative mode that I'm in when I make art and the mode that you have to get into if you want to function within the social systems that we live in. So sometimes it's a little bit difficult, but I'm finding more and more ways and strategies that work for me. And if I could give my younger self some advice, then I would tell myself probably not to be afraid to show myself and to show what's important to me, and to show what moves me, and to give up the claim to perfection that we all have, and the thought patterns of comparing ourselves with others. Because I think the existing trend of optimizing yourself all the time in every area of life, whether it's about your job or your diet or your social media or appearance or about how tidy and decluttered your apartment is very unhealthy. Because I mean, we all will die at some point. That's how it is. And I think life is not about always doing everything perfectly and being the best and being the smartest and being the most beautiful, but just about keeping a good heart and being compassionate towards other people and the things that you do and love. And it's about treating each other with respect and love, and about creating good connections with yourself, your surroundings, the environment, and each other. And that is what I hope to achieve with my art. I want to reach people emotionally and create connections, because I think you can really feel when people enjoy what they do. And I hope that my art has an impact on other people, and that people are moved by it and resonate with it, because that's what happens to me when I make art, whether with pictures or with music. I connect with the world and that surrounds me, and with the colors and the sounds and with my emotions, and then I'm completely free, and I experiment with a lot of different materials and colors and techniques, and also with different instruments and tones and rhythms, and when I compose and make music. And that's exactly what I love about making art. It's the process and what comes with it, because when I paint and when I make music, I'm free, and I can play, and I can cross borders and get out of my own comfort zone in a very beautiful way, because I get into this very ambiguous state of resonance with life that allows me to reconnect to myself and to rediscover myself again and again and again, and to grow. And how exactly I work depends largely on where I am and what I'm doing. I love to work at night, and when I paint I often listen to music that suits my mood and that strengthens my emotions, that I try to bring into the canvas. And I also love that music can block out background noises that would irritate me while I'm working. And regarding the music, it's easiest for me to write songs or to compose music when I'm alone. But over the years I experienced how much fun it is to also create music with other people, and to jam, and to get into the moment, and how wonderful it is when thoughts of different people merge and something new is created together. So I don't always write music alone, but I have to feel very comfortable with the people that I compose music with, because that is something very intimate for me. And that's exactly what I love about making art. It's the process and the intensity and the moment of uncertainty that always resonates. And as I already said, the result doesn't have to be perfect for me, but because I think no matter whether it's a picture or if it's music, what counts is the emotion that they convey and the connection that the art creates. So for me, the best thing that can happen is when people let themselves be touched by my pictures or the music that I make. And at the moment I do have a few very different music projects, and I'm playing in 2 bands with some of my favorite people in the world. I'll tell you where to find us in a moment. But it had happened that people were so touched by our music at concert that they had to cry in a positive way, as they told us after the concert. And yeah, for me, that is one of the best reactions people can have and have had so far. And yes, if you're interested in the music and artwork that I do, then you can find me on Instagram on the following accounts. And there you will also find more information about upcoming concerts and exhibitions. And yeah, so that's it. I hope to see you soon. Keep in mind that halbgeil muss genügen, and have a very nice day or night. Bye bye.